Hey friends, it's Allie. How are you? I want to talk to you about digestion, so it's apropos because I feel like there's a misunderstanding that so many of the things that ail us, a lot of the symptoms that we have are actually digestion related. And I think people often assume that if you don't have problems in the bathroom, that you don't have any problems with digestion. And that's a myth, because sometimes you have issues with digestion in your gut. Your gut has been compromised and it manifests in different parts of your body, and it'll show up as things like chronic pain. It'll show up as things like brain fog, a variety of symptoms. So if you don't have proper digestion, you might start to see all of these different things that are happening, and you then start the Band-Aid method, where you go to the doctor and they give you something to fix that one thing, but it's not getting to the root cause, which is your gut health, your digestion. And so this is why I say in other miracle cures, because when you improve your digestion, all of these other things will start to clear up, even if you didn't have any issues in the bathroom. Now, people get embarrassed about talking about bathroom stuff, but I talk about it all the time. I'm always talking about poop, and my clients know they have to get comfortable with talking about poop, because I'm going to ask them all about their poop every time we talk. I don't need to see pictures, it's not that, but they do learn to describe it, because what they find is that it changes over time. When their digestion improves, so does their poops. So it's actually kind of a fun experiment, and you get excited, and all of the stigma about talking about poop goes away. About digestion, so I want to give you some tips of how to improve your digestion. So the first thing is exercise. I think a lot of people don't realize that when you are stagnant, it actually causes stagnation in your digestive system. It's having the muscle movements in your abdomen. It actually will improve the rate of digestion. It helps move things along, and when things are moving along, you can absorb nutrients better, which is the whole point of eating food and digesting in the first place, is to absorb nutrients so that it can get into your cells and help your body to function as best as it can. And we want it to be optimal, right? So increasing your exercise can improve digestion. And this doesn't mean you have to go crazy, but even if you don't change what you eat, but just add in some regular exercise, you will see improvement in your digestion, which is pretty awesome. The second thing I would say is don't overeat. No matter what it is that you're eating, I would also argue that it's really hard to overeat things that are really good for you, that are nutrient dense. It's kind of hard to overeat because you actually will get full. But in the event that that doesn't happen for you, learn to know when you're full, like 3/4 of the way full, so that you're not overeating and you're not overtaxing your system. Because your stomach can actually expand to like 5 times its size. So if you are somebody who's used to overeating or gets really, really excited about eating because you're with people and it's celebratory and you're having so much fun, and you get really excited about eating, you might overeat, and then that compromises your digestion. So learn to know when you're almost full and stop, because that's the moderation, right? And I'm going to do a whole nother talk about moderation. That's why I put it in quotes. But here's one instance where moderation works, where you're just like, okay, 3/4 of the way full, I'm done, I'm calling it. Well, that brings me to, that's a silky segue, to the third way to improve your digestion: gratitude. When you show gratitude for the meal that you're about to have, it calms everything down. Or gratitude for something in your life. Maybe you don't like the food that you're going to eat because it's a special diet that you have to have for whatever reason, a gut healing protocol or something. Or there's other things going on in your life that are stressful. Expressing some gratitude for something. I guarantee you can find 3 to 5 things in your life that you're grateful for. And when you take time to reflect on that before you eat, you will calm your system down and get your body ready to digest. When your brain is calm, it can do what it's supposed to do, which is signal saliva. Digestion starts in your mouth with saliva. So when we think about a food that we love, like corn on the cob, I don't know, I guess that's what I'm thinking of. It's almost dinner time. Whatever it is that you're thinking about, chocolate cake, your mouth will start to water because it's starting in your brain. So if you're thinking about, oh, I'm so grateful that I get to have this is going to be so good, or you love the company that you're with, I'm going to have such a great meal, this is so wonderful, you are releasing stress and putting out any digestive fires that you have. So when you make that a regular practice, it helps to promote proper digestion. Now that we are grateful for our food, we still want to eliminate processed food. We do, because these are pseudo foods, right? We call them food-like substances. And it's really challenging for your digestive system. You know, your body has to use so much more energy just to process this stuff because it's not food. It doesn't know what to do with it. Your body doesn't know what to do with food, like substances. It only knows how to handle food. I mean, for hundreds of years, it's an evolutionary thing. We know how to digest food, but modern day, we have all of these things that are not actually food. They're just processed chemical crap, but they're tasty because our brain likes it and our taste buds like it, but it's hard to digest. And if it's got a lot of refined sugar, it actually depletes your body of minerals that you need. So your body is spending all of this time and energy trying to digest this stuff that it can't. You're losing minerals. It's stealing minerals from your body to help be able to do that. So you're putting all this extra effort in trying to digest something that you shouldn't be digesting in the first place. So eliminate those pseudo foods, processed foods, as much as possible. And when you're eating foods, chew them. Chew. How many times do you chew before you swallow? Do you know? It's kind of a macrobiotic thing, but I feel like a lot of people just kind of inhale their food because we're in a hurry all the time. And I know my boyfriend is it stresses me out. He eats so fast. I'm like, they call me a slow eater, but I think I'm a normal eater. I think some people, if you grow up in big families, there's this old habit of, if I don't eat this food, somebody else is going to eat it. So I have to just inhale it. But it actually compromises your digestion. Because again, it starts in your brain, it starts in your mouth. There's like the whole process in your mouth. And when you have the saliva, you start to break down the food. So it starts in your mouth. When you are swallowing food that hasn't been chewed properly, that is where things are too big to I've heard people say, oh, well, you have digestive acids that'll melt it, so it's totally fine. It's not, because again, remember what happened with the processed food? Food is not supposed to go down in whole pieces. So again, you're expending all of this extra energy and effort to break down something that should have been more broken down. And this is how you get indigestion. So we want good digestion, proper digestion, and the enzymes in your saliva will help start that process, get that ball rolling. So definitely chew your food. I would love to know, comment below, how many times do you think you chew before you swallow? In macrobiotics, I think it's like 100. They'll do 100 chews. That's a lot. That's really liquefying it. But it's a good way to also, this is so good, and express gratitude while you chew your food before you swallow. I even recommend when you're having a smoothie for people who have compromised guts to chew your smoothie, because again, it starts the digestion process in your mouth, especially for carbohydrates in your mouth, right? So what's next? Oh, fiber. Now this is usually what people say when you have compromised digestion or you want to improve your digestion, have some fiber. And there's all of these fiber supplements and all of that. And I kind of think that's a bunch of crap if you don't do all of these other things that we're talking about. But eating more fiber actual food fiber, not a fiber supplement. You shouldn't need to have that. But real food fiber, having that at every single meal, it keeps your colon healthy. So fiber is what creates bulk. Well, there's two kinds of fiber, soluble and insoluble. And it's the insoluble fiber, the plant-based fiber, that creates the bulk that helps everything move along in your digestive system, move along the colon, which is what we want, right? We want to extract all of the nutrients from our food, and then whatever left over as waste, get it out. Get it out. There's so many people walking around with pounds of shit in them because they're not getting out. No joke. No joke. I mean, Americans are the worst in digestion. There are people, I think it's the average is like 40 pounds of shit that's caked in their intestines because they are not eating properly, they're not moving properly, they're not eating the right things, and things are not moving out of their body. So that's pretty terrible. Eat the fiber, it'll help move things. And also, if there's bad bacteria in your gut, it's gonna move that out too. So fiber is just, it's a great way to just keep things moving, keep it moving. And also extra cholesterol that you don't need, fiber helps to move that out. So that's also pretty cool. I definitely want to hear from you. Make sure that you see that there are practical ways, things that you can do right now, or if you've already eaten tomorrow, to improve your digestion. And I want to know, did it make something go away? Did your headache clear up? Did your skin clear up? Did your poops get better? I want to hear from you. Comment below. Give me a like. Give me a heart. Telling you, you improve your digestion. It can be a magic cure for all of these other things that have been plaguing you. And you weren't making the connection because nobody told you. But I'm telling you, you heard it here and go, oh, Allie said. And I want to know if you tried it and it worked. And definitely share this with anybody who has been having trouble with whatever and see, hey, maybe it's your digestion, and see if this is helpful for them. Thanks for being here, you guys. Bye for now.